country was led by the heroic mother to mold the future successors of the country's socialist system. And because of the traditions passed down in the past 5,000 years, the phrase "continue on the family's line to keep prospering" was deeply rooted in people's hearts. For a society that revolves around farming, physical prowess was regarded favorably. Hence, a family's status in society was determined by how many males there were in the family. And in this era of distorted thinking, Hainaut reported to the call for socialism. However, for the parents whose only daughter died at a young age, what they looked forward to was the birth of a girl whom they could treasure in their palms. As for a son, the birth of another male could not offer them the usual pride or happiness anymore. For people of their economic status, managing to raise 5 sons was really more than enough. They have already done their duty and could proudly face their Hay family's ancestors. Now they just want a gentle, sweet daughter whom they could cradle in their arms and spoil rotten. This idea was bolstered when their cute infant daughter of 3 months passed away and left them. After a period of rest, Hey Papa and Hey Mama regained their strength and will and were determined to fight the heavens to take back their daughter. Hey Mama fulfilled her wish and was pregnant once again. She didn't have any obvious pregnancy symptoms like vomiting. In the first few months, the baby was relatively quiet and peaceful. Hey Papa and Hey Mama were convinced that this baby was their daughter reincarnate. Their excitement slowly rose with the enlargement of Hey Mama's belly. Unexpectedly, on a snowy midnight, their usually obedient daughter showed an abnormal willfulness by moving her due date in advance. In the small southern county where their nights were so dark you couldn't see your fingers, and where there was no traffic or communication devices, Hey Papa could not send Hey Mama to the hospital. It was only after he frantically knocked on the doors of his neighbors before he managed to find a midwife. The Hey Mama, who had went through several successful births, was full of experience and courage, but even this Hey Mama had to admit defeat. The little one wreaked havoc in her belly and yet refused to come out. At first, Hey Mama was still smiling happily and helped her baby explain, "Daughters tend to be more delicate. Please pardon her." But with the deepening of the night, Hey Mama could no longer smile and did not even have the strength to follow the midwife's instructions. Hey Papa was originally happily strutting about outside. Then he sat on a chair and anxiously rubbed his hands. But by the end he was squatting on the ground, holding his head in worry. Before dawn, Hey Papa finally heard the crying of a newborn. For someone who had several past experiences of becoming a father, Hey Papa actually looked up in disbelief. It was only after he heard the sound of successive cries that he stood up on his sore and numb legs. He breathed a sigh of relief, and a big grin spread across his face as he walked towards the door, anticipating his first meeting with his precious daughter. However, when the door opened, someone rushed out and knocked into him. That person was his colleague's wife, Zhang Baozhen. "Old Hey, hurry, and go in. I'll go look for people." Zhang Baozhen threw down these words and ran out. Hey Papa felt the energy drain from his body and vaguely heard the midwife shout, "Hey Ma, don't sleep. Hey Ma, don't sleep, don't sleep." When she saw Hey Papa, she dragged him over and said, "Talk to her. Don't let her sleep." Hey Papa didn't know how he arrived at the bedside. His nose was filled with the smell of blood. Hey Ma's eyes had lost their past brilliance, and he could not even find his own reflection in them. Hey Papa panicked and fumbled about to search for Hey Mama's hand. He found it, grabbed it, and pleaded, Huadi, don't sleep, talk to me, talk to me." Hey Mama's eyes lit up again and smiled weakly. "That little one, in the future she will definitely be a crafty one. Let me see her." Hey Papa turned around, took the baby from the midwife, and bent down to let Hey Ma see her. Hey Ma wanted to lift her hand up, but did not have the strength to, so her fingers could only tremble in Hey Papa's palm. Hey Papa held her hand up to the baby's face. "Pretty daughter." Her weak voice drifted off at the last syllable. By the time Zhang Baozhen led her husband and some other men to look for a handcart and rushed back to bring Hey Mama to the hospital, the bedding had already been stained red with blood. Zhang Baozhen pushed the rigid Hey Papa away and called people in to carry Hey Mama, along with the bedding, onto the handcart. Then they frantically ran into the depths of the night. Hey Mama never returned again. The grieving Hey Papa was wounded heavily by the hands of fate within one night. The last straw came when the midwife turned to him and said, We need to hurry and find some milk for this little son of yours." "Son?" he repeated in confusion. Then when he realized the meaning behind the word son, he suddenly hollered, "Son, it's a boy."